Tottenham Hotspur 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. What a fantastic way to react after last weekend's defeat against Brentford. It was a really disappointing game last week, but that's one hell of a reaction today from Wolves. Away at Spurs, who have been in great form at home and had a really good season overall, and we secured a double over them. I think it's the first ever time we've beaten them in 3 consecutive league games. So a really, really solid performance. And with the way that Spurs set up, you knew at home they were going to attack, they were going to have a lot of the ball, and that suits Wolves a hell of a lot more. But I think the amount of work that the Wolves players put in today was phenomenal, and a really, really good reaction. If you caught the game, if you're at the game, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. Line up on the screen now, just the one change from last weekend's game against Brentford, which was Hwang coming in for Matheus Cunha, who's obviously out injured. And to be honest, we started off the game okay. Spurs had a lot of the ball, but Wolves created their own opportunities. Hwang probably should have put us ahead, really, and we were knocking on the door. Spurs at the back looked a little bit shaky, but the press, the triggers that Wolves, every time the goalkeeper got the ball, we tried to prevent that short distribution, and just the work rate of the front players and the midfield players was phenomenal, I thought, throughout that first half. And we created a couple of good opportunities. We took the lead in the end. We had a couple of corners. The second corner comes flying in from Sarabi, and Joao Gomes, of all people, there to head into the top corner. Pass Vicario in goal for Spurs. And great for Joao Gomes to grab that goal. And I thought he was phenomenal. First half, fantastic. I felt there were once or twice where his choice of pass or quality of pass should have been a bit better. I think there was once where it really broke down a counter-attacking move. Another time where we were flooding the box and he just had to be a little bit better with his final ball. But Wolves were trying to walk the ball into the net at times. But other than that, those couple of instances there, fantastic performance from Joao Gomes. And to go in at half-time 1-0, I felt we deserved that. Although Spurs, on paper, had a lot of the ball, I felt Wolves completely deserved to go in ahead. Second half was a little bit different. You knew just naturally you're going to make life difficult for yourselves by sitting a lot deeper. But Wolves couldn't really have got off to a worse start in the second half. Far too easy. It originally came from our own kickoff. Not too sure what the tactic was, once again, trying to sort of get the ball up the other end of the pitch, but we don't retain possession. Spurs win a throw-in deep into our own half, and then resulted in that Kulusevski. In terms of him, a great solo effort, but Dawson, I think, will be disappointed with the way he was allowed Kulusevski to get past him, and he slots it through Jose Sar's legs. And to be honest, when you can see the goal that early in the second half, it's frustrating because ultimately you think, right, Spurs have got the rest of this second half now to go at us and try and get a second goal and try and win this football match. Thankfully, it didn't work out that way. And Wolves, although we were sat a lot deeper, Spurs just kept creeping forward and forward and forward. And that gave us the perfect opportunity, really, to counter-attack. And that's exactly what we do best. One or two instances where Pedro Neto was breaking forward, played a great ball in towards Bellegarde. I think it was a 3-on-1, 4-on-1 situation. Unfortunately, we didn't make the most of that. But in the end, it is Joao Gomes who gets the winning goal. Before today, he scored just one goal in a Wolves shirt, and it was his winning goal at Southampton. Today, he scores 2, both the goals to get this fantastic win against Spurs. But the goal, unbelievable work once again by Pedro Neto. I think we just take him for granted right now, but the way he runs down that right hand side, fantastic. With a little bit of patience, takes that half a second to look up and pick his pass as Joao Gomes is there, and literally got the whole goal to aim at. Pick your spot, and he slots it past Vicario to send us 2-1 up and ultimately win us the game with a huge, crucial 3 points for the Wolves. We had to work hard. There were certain instances, where we probably should have done a little better in certain elements of the game. But I felt overall it was an unbelievable reaction to such a poor performance last week. And everyone down there, I've got a couple of my good friends down there at Spurs today. It's going to be a fantastic away day. Such a great ground to go and visit. And when you can get all 3 points, our form at Spurs since we've been promoted, it has been very, very good. I felt defensively we were solid again. I think there will be a lot of cuts and bruises at full time for the Wolves players because, the referee, Anthony Taylor, I felt from a neutral point of view, refereed the game quite well, tried to keep it flow. I felt he was very fair. I just think he was a little bit too lenient with his bookings. He wasn't strict enough. There were a couple of instances, even in the first half, with just really late challenges from Spurs players. Probably should have been penalised a little bit more. But ultimately, I don't want to complain about that too much. Defensively solid. Dawson, although he won't be happy with the goal, I felt, put his head where it hurts really, and did quite well. Jose Sarr was forced to make a couple of good stops as well. And we kept some of their quality players quiet again. Just a really, really solid 3 points, and a good way for Wolves to celebrate my birthday weekend as well. So I'll go and celebrate tonight and tomorrow with 3 points, which is fantastic. Obviously, guys, if you did catch the game, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Up the Wolves, and I'll see you next time.